You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chillson, and this is my ranking of every dragon in House of the Dragon Season 2. Now, before we get into this ranking, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. So we officially have another season of House of the Dragon in the books, and with it, many dragons made an appearance this season. Several dragons we saw for the very first time in Season 2, while almost every dragon from Season 1 returned yet again. So in total, that gave me 14 dragons to put on this ranking, although only 13 technically appeared on screen. And I've decided to rank them based on, well, how much I liked them in Season 2. What role did they play? What did they do? What was their significance? Did they have standout moments in the season? As always, it's a subjective ranking. I want to hear who your favorite dragon in Season 2 was, so make sure to leave your own ranking in the comments below. So that's enough chit-chat. Let's just get down to the fire of it all, shall we? Kicking off the ranking, at number 14, dead last, I have Dreamfire. So yeah, technically Dreamfire didn't actually appear in Season 2, and unfortunately she barely appeared in Season 1, but we did get name drops of Dreamfire several times throughout the season. She played a big role in that finale without ever showing up. But unfortunately, they took away Dreamfire's biggest claim to fame in the main series. She's no longer the alleged and theorized mother to Daenerys' dragons, so yeah. They also took away the fact that Helena liked to ride Dreamfire just cause she enjoyed being on Dragonback. And now I guess she never had the taste for it. So, unfortunately, they just completely diluted Dreamfire's entire lore in Season 2. She didn't actually appear, so she had to be dead last. Coming in at number 13, I have Tessarion, the Blue Queen. Yes, our Blue Beauty made a micro appearance in the season finale. She looked beautiful. She looked gorgeous. I loved the design. I loved the color. But we haven't really seen Tessarion all that much. Again, she was name dropped throughout the season as we talked about Daeron, but the season finale showed she's on her way. She'll have screen time in Season 3, but until then, she's labored down at the bottom of the rankings. Coming in at number 12, I have Vermax. Yeah, Jace didn't really ride Vermax this season. We didn't really see Vermax this season. We got one episode that he made an appearance in, really, and that was when Jace ran off to the twins and we kind of just saw the back of his head and he was like, yeah, my dragon's right here. And then technically I think he was flying with Moondancer in the finale off in the distance, but yeah, Vermax did nothing this season, unfortunately, which is a shame because he's the prince's dragon. Now I know he'll be appearing, he has to be appearing pretty early in Season 3, so we'll see what use they get out of him in his big appearance, but for now, he got even less screen time than he did in Season 1, and even that wasn't a whole lot. Coming in at number 11, I have Silverwing, another dragon who only appeared in a single episode. Silverwing did get a good appearance in episode number 7. Seeing her emerge in that cave was awesome, and then getting to see her fly over King's Landing, she looked gorgeous. The reason Silverwing is down here outside of the top 10 is because she let Ulf ride her. Silverwing was given desperation in her dragon claiming moment. I didn't love Ulf claiming Silverwing. I didn't love how they executed it. It made her look kind of foolish. I'm not sure. Really desperate and lonely. The fire fried the brain, I guess. Girl, what were you thinking? Silverwing, you had the dumbest dragon decision of Season 2. Kicking off the top 10, I have the most precious baby, Stormcloud. Now, Stormcloud literally almost did nothing. He only appeared once, and it was for very little time, but he was just so freaking cute. Baby Stormcloud was the most precious thing in Season 2 of House of the Dragon. When we saw him go around and lay down, oh, it was all just too much. Obviously, he played a little bit of a role in Jane Eyre's character and how she decided to react in the season, because he's literally just an adorable baby. But he's above the rest because he's literally adorable, and honestly, it's a miracle he's not number one for how cute he was. At number 9, I have Sheep Stealer. Now, I really liked Sheep Stealer's design. I thought he looked cool. He gave me exactly that kind of gnarly dragon I was hoping for. I don't know why he's roaming the Vales still, but here we are. And I think he should have been a little bit bigger, if we're being honest. But now I'm getting book nitpicky, huh? Sheep Stealer makes his way up to number 9 because although he barely had any screen time, barely showed up in the season finale, the build-up to Sheep Stealer was kind of gratifying and cool to watch. He played a role even though we never saw him until that finale. We're obviously deviating from his book counterpart, so I'll be interested to see what Sheep Stealer has in store for us moving forward. But for now, he comes in at number 9. At number 8, I have Vhagar. So Vhagar continues to be difficult to place because she continues to kill characters I love, and she continues to be on the wrong side of history, so I don't really like her. Also, she's ugly with that big old gullet. Unlike some other dragons, particularly one that's a little bit higher on this list, I've found it difficult to like Vhagar despite her rider because she's making choices on her own to kill things and commit war crimes. But in season 2, they did help endear me back to her just a touch by making her a literal old grumpy woman. Those little scenes of her just laying in fields made me like Vhagar a touch more. Other than that, I can't really stand the old beesh, and so yeah, maybe in a different time, maybe in Visenya's time. When you were with Lena, Vhagar, I loved you, but as it stands now, go retire somewhere. We are all tired. At number 7, I have Moondancer. Now, Moondancer really only got one shining moment in the season, but what a moment it was. I loved getting to see Moondancer. What a cool design they gave Moondancer. Those ridges on their head was awesome. It's a very distinct look from literally every other dragon on the show. Plus, I love that Moondancer kind of was like, hey, Bela, should we go try to get him? Should we go chase him down? So the one major appearance made it worth it for this dragon. Plus, like I said, apparently it was Vermax and Moondancer kind of playing around with each other in the sky, which is cute for the finale. Like many of these other dragons, I just wish we got more time to really get to know Moondancer. At number 6, I have Sunfire. Yes, another dragon that pretty much only appeared in one episode, but Sunfire made it worth it. First of all, I was so ecstatic with the design. If you go back and watch my reaction to episode 4, I was over the moon that they really nailed Sunfire. They didn't mute the beautiful gold of this dragon. He looked stunning. Plus, they gave him so much personality in a very short and brief appearance. I loved him. I loved his interaction with Aegon. They were really cute together. And unlike Vhagar, they really made me care about and love Sunfire despite the fact that I hate his rider. Oh, when he was getting injured and battling in the sky, I felt horrible. He was cradling his owner. It all just made me feel so bad for this poor dragon that did not deserve the fate he got. Kicking off our top 5. At number 5, I have Vermithor. Yes, the Bronze Fury makes his appearances worth it in both season 1 and especially here in season 2. The one episode he was in, he owned it. Unlike Silverwing, Vermithor made his rider work for it. These poor little dragon seeds didn't know what was coming for him with this Bronze Fury. He tore they asses up. Plus, he was responsible for one of the sickest shots in the series so far, with Rhaenyra standing in front of this big, burly bronze dragon. I love that he was down with Rhaenyra. He was like, hey girl, I'll listen to you sing. I'm cool with you. But flip the switch immediately as soon as she left. Plus, getting to see him behind Rhaenyra in that shot when they were yelling at Vhagar, scaring her away. It was all just awesome. Vermithor is such a cool dragon with such a cool name. He's gnarly, he's old, and he's grumpy as well. But it all just worked in his episode 7 appearance. Coming in at number 4 is Caraxes. So if you watched my season 1 ranking of the dragons, Caraxes was number 1. He was my favorite dragon in season 1. And unfortunately, in season 2, they had him stuck outside of Harrenhal for the entire season. Daemon's storyline really sunk my boy because he was just laying there, sad, chirping, begging Daemon to leave. Now, I will say we did get some cool moments with Caraxes still. That awesome POV shot where we got behind his neck as we flew into Harrenhal was amazing. Even getting to see him leave Dragonstone was just so cool. Anytime Caraxes is on screen, it's so cool. And then, much like the Rhaenyra shot with Vermithor, we got this amazing shot of Daemon standing on that field, and Caraxes lowered his head and was just standing behind him. Oh, it was so good. And I have to admit, I love poor tortured Caraxes, like chirping and screaming, begging to leave when he finally got to see his friends coming to save him in the finale. He definitely had a lot of endearing moments. I just wish he wasn't stuck at Harrenhal with Daemon all season. Justice for Caraxes! Coming in at number 3, I have Syrax. So, much like her book counterpart, and much like season 1, Syrax is not really an action dragon. She doesn't really get involved in the fighting or in the ferocity of it all, but she has a lot of really cute and endearing moments. She's very protective of Mama Rhaenyra, and those were kind of her shining moments. Seeing her get real protective over her time and time again was some of my favorite dragon moments of the season. Watching Syrax follow Rhaenyra on the beach was amazing. Getting to see her perch up in episode 8 to remind the folks down below of who the queen was great. I loved seeing Syrax cussing Vhagar out in episode 7. She had Vermithor and Silverwing behind her, and suddenly Syrax was about that life. But I just adore Syrax. Every time she's on screen, I love her little heart necklace to match her mama. She has such a cute personality. I just wish we got to see her be a little bit more proactive all the way around. Again, at number 2, I have Meleys, the Red Queen. Really had one of the standout scenes, the standout moments of the entire season for Dragon. Getting to see her just annihilate poor Sunfire was epic, and then getting to see her go toe-to-toe with Vhagar, even slamming the old big hag to the ground, was so good. And honestly, if Rhaenys had just had a little bit better of a strategy, I think Meleys showed in that fight she could have stood toe-to-toe with Vhagar, even in a 1v1. She was a badass dragon who had a badass exit, and then it was that connection they showed between her and Rhaenys that really sealed the deal, both earlier in that episode and then obviously as their time together was coming to a close. Oh, it broke my heart, but it was so good. Plus the other appearances we get from Meleys. I love that we get to see Rhaenys the Dragon Rider throughout the season. The disrespect she was given by Crispy was horrible and made me just adore her all the more because she deserves so much better. R.I.P. to our Red Queen. You will be missed, but you went down as one of the most badass dragons in season 2. So finally, that leaves my number 1, my favorite dragon of season 2 for House of the Dragon was Sea Smoke. I love my boy Sea Smoke. I've always loved Sea Smoke from the book to season 1 and especially season 2. He's always been one of my favorite dragons. Oh, but they let my boy shine in season 2. We kept getting these little glimpses of him. He was like a foreshadowing beauty throughout the season as he was acting out all season long, hooting and hollering on the side of Dragonstone. And then he was scoping out his new boo thing all season, flying over Adam of Hull over at Driftmark. But then he had a shining moment in episode 6, where one, he trolled the absolute hell out of that night. It was horrible, but hilarious. I lived, but I also felt bad. Like, Smoke, you didn't need to do that man like that. Pretend like, oh, come on, come on. No, just kidding. Psych. Barbecue. But it showed his personality. It showed some flair to Smoke that I adored. And what made it better was him doing that, turning around and going and finding his man. He was like, hey, yo, Adam of Hull, I can tell you are of the same bloodline as my main squeeze, Laenor. You kind of look like Laenor in a sense. Smoke is the dragon for the Rainbow Mafia, okay? And he made it abundantly clear he has a type, and he went and got his. Our first ever dragon claiming their rider, noted in the history books from what I can tell. And then in episode 7, we see him stepping up. He saw Cyrax. He's like, hey girl, I like you. We've known each other for 20 years or whatnot, but don't do it now. He stepped up for Adam of Hull. He was going to stand 2 wings down behind his man. And then we get the other glimpses. So he showed up quite a bit in season 2 of House of the Dragon. I would say his appearances ranked up there, even though some may have been small. He was right behind the likes of Caraxes, Cyrax, and Vhagar, with just how much he was in the season. And for me, his appearances just meant the most. They were the best. He had the most personality. Smoke easily grabbed the spotlight and shined through as my favorite dragon from season 2. So that was my ranking of all 14 dragons seen in season 2 of House of the Dragon. I hope you enjoyed my ranking and video. If you did, please hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos, including all of my reactions for House of the Dragon, all of my reactions for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming up, as well as my live stream in which I will be ranking all of the main characters of House of the Dragon Season 2. And as I said, I want to hear your rankings, so make sure to leave all of your rankings either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!